But one thing you girls are getting known for, right, is you've obviously got like the Your Receipts part of the podcast, which is where like you give your advice. So you are actually, you can't deny this, you are actually becoming like relationship and dating experts.
Agony aunts.
Can I take my own
Agony
advice,
aunts.
please?
So like, how's that? Like, do you feel like you are experts in that sense? Because we were talking before off mic about like just dating in general.
Yeah.
And no names mentioned, but there's a couple of us in this room that are pretty bad with it. So it's like, how do you feel when like some people are coming to you with like their, you know, dating problems or like funny stories or whatever, and then you're like the ones giving advice? You just like treat it like their mates, or how's it work?
I think for me, like one of the advantages of being like older is that like I genuinely do feel like I'm just talking from experience. Like I've been there, I've done that. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of the people that send it, I mean, we get dilemmas from people of all age ranges, but they're generally people that are younger than me. So I don't feel out of place giving advice sometimes because I know that I've lived it. Like a lot of the situations that come through, I've actually been through it. So I can speak on that. So yeah, just from like an older sister perspective, like it makes me happy. Like it makes me feel good that people trust us with their business kind of thing, and that people obviously respect what we have to say, because I don't think that anybody would take time out of their day, because some of the emails are long as hell. So the fact that people take the time out of their day to like write to us means that they must value our opinion. So that feels nice. So I feel like a duty of care to like always make sure that I'm giving as much advice as what I can, but also just like if I don't know, I don't know. Like I'll be like, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you know when you are, I assume guys don't get this, when you go to a girl's toilet and then you see like a girl there and she's really cool, whatever, and somehow you start talking about wanting to message your ex and she's like, don't do it, you're beautiful, babe. Like, you don't need him, that sort of thing. I think that's the level of, because we are detached from whatever that person's going through. I don't know this person. I don't know like I can give an objective advice rather than because I love you, I know you can be like this. But because it's like, I have no idea who you are. You just told me from the facts you've given me, this is what I can say. So I think that's why it works in that sense, because we have no emotional attachment to that person because we don't know them. I mean, there were some there's some Your Receipts that are really like, whoa, or like are really deep, or like are big. And like Audrey said, if we don't know, we'll be like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what to do. And all I can say is this is what I would do.
Yeah.
But this is not necessarily what I say you should do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think for some people, it just helps them just to type it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just typing it out. And sometimes when you type things out and you read it back to yourself, you're like, oh, I know the answer now.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that, because so many times like we're reading out the dilemmas and we're like, babe, you've just answered it. Like, you know exactly what you need to do. You just want to hear like a confirmation from us. But yeah, it's actually there. And also, we thought we had issues, but like, or we had dilemmas or things that we've been going through. But when we read through some dilemmas, we're like, oh, okay, my life's not that bad, guys. Like, it's fine, it's okay. But yeah, there are some things that are just beyond anything that we can advise people to do. Really.
Yeah. So we dating experts. I mean, we've dated as a collective.
Yeah, we
dated. We've dated. So I don't know if we're experts. We're experts in terms of experience.
Yeah.
As weird as
of our own experience.
Yeah. And our friends and all of that kind of stuff.
All right, so on that note, I was having a conversation today.
Do you need help?
No, I don't need help. No.
Dilemma.
We'll talk about my help after. But so dating etiquette. Let's talk. This is going to get messy because I want to hear this from a girl's perspective, and I'm going to give you the guy's perspective on stuff. Okay. So, like, first date etiquette. What for you? What should it be like? Okay, no. Let me rephrase that.
You pay.
No. Yeah, that's just no. That's why I'm going to rephrase it. Like, first 3 dates. What should the etiquette be in terms of like, where would you go? Like, who pays? What would the second date be? Like, the whole situation. Like, how would you like to see that?
Okay, for the first 3 dates, you pay, and you pay.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I just think I don't want to leave my house to spend money.
Then why leave the house?
Why leave the house? Yeah.
So
to
you
eat
go
for free,
so you go
basically.
on a second date expecting for the
No,
guy
I don't
to be
expect you
paying.
to pay. I'll offer, but I don't want to pay for it.
I am not of the belief of offering.
Yeah, to be fair.
I'm not someone that forced to offer things that I don't want to do. So even if I would like offer someone food and they're like, oh, you sure? If I didn't want you to have this, I promise you I wouldn't have offered it to you.
Yeah.
Like I won't offer if I don't want it, because you could say yes, then what? Then I have to do things I don't want to do, sort of thing. So in terms of first 3 dates, I don't pay. I used to make the like gesture to like reach into my bag or whatever, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, but I don't even do that anymore. I just sit there until the person pays, basically. First date, pay. In terms of etiquette, first date, I know some girls like to be picked up, but I will meet you at that location when it's a first date. Like, because if this goes really badly, I want to be able to be like, I'm going home and not have to wait for you to take me home, and also not having you know my address.
Yeah, true.
I know people think, oh, it's romantic. I'll pick you up at 8 because we've just watched one too many romantic movies. So the first date, I will meet you at that location. And ideally for me, first date could be drinks. I don't want to do dinner. Yeah. Or just be like a decent bar somewhere. Yeah. And just like, but they're not too loud. Somewhere a bit quiet where we can have a conversation. Yeah. And I kind of want you to know what drink you want. I don't want to be like, like, I want you to be someone that's assertive, like, I'll have this. Or like, you know, just kind of be assured. And it'll be really cute if you kind of, if it's a bar that you know a little bit. There's something quite sexy about like, oh, we're going here, and you don't have to get your maps out. And we're like, I'll turn left here. It's just kind of a thing. So that, do you know? Let me tell you a dating trick. Actually, someone I know who was actually like he used to write a dating column for The Guardian. I think he's a lot older now. So he said what he used to always do is, so let's say for example we are going for drinks somewhere, he would ask the girl to meet like 10 minutes away for those from where we are, like park your car, wherever, and then they'll walk together to their location, and then he can do this whole thing of like, oh, look how well I know London, and like, you know, like this kind of, and it just kind of shows this sort of like, oh, we're going this way. It kind of shows authority, and it kind of gets you to be familiar with them, so you don't enter the bar and start having an awkward conversation because it started 10 minutes beforehand. So the date has started 10 minutes earlier. So all of the pre-stupid questions are, how long did it take you to get down here? Oh, it's a bit cold, isn't it? All of that, that's all happened. So you get straight to the date and you just actually start talking, and you feel relaxed already. So that's a tip for the first date. Second date, we can do dinner on a second date because that'd be more intimate. We can get to know each other.
Eat some ribs.
Yeah, we're not eating ribs on the second date. And then third date, I would like a fun activity. Audrey hates fun activities.
Yeah, I agreed with everything up until the fun part, up until the activity part. Now, I like a dinner. Like, I'm not going to lie, take me somewhere fancy. That's just me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's right, but what I like, what would impress me. And when I say fancy, I don't mean like a bougie London restaurant. It can literally be somewhere local that's nice. Like, there's places nice in Italian. Between. I feel like people think it's either Nando's or the Shard, but there's so much in between that can give you the same effect and a decent price.
Would you like judge a place based on how much the food is? So like, if you went somewhere that was nice, but the dishes were like £8.
No, definitely not. If the food bangs and it's a nice, it's a nice surroundings, I like creativity. Do you know what I mean? I like to know, kind of like what Tolly was saying, like that it's thought out and all of that stuff. So yeah, pretty much everything Tolly said. Like, I'm not that bothered about being picked up anymore, like, because we watch Luther now. So
I watch Luther and I watch you. Like, you don't need to know my address.
We can meet there. The old me would have said, pre-Luther me would have said like, yeah, pick me up, blah, blah, blah. But now, no. I'm really not that bothered. I just think like, I just want to have a nice conversation, like, be assertive, like, take the lead. So dinner, drinks, I would do drinks as well. But again, it can't be at a bar that's too loud. So I want to be able to
How
talk.
drunk can you get?
Not too drunk. Cause it's just sloppy on you. Like, I don't want to be all slurring my words in a hot mess. Like, no. Like, I think you should just get tipsy. Yeah.
But then I've been in a date where we both, not like drunk, but it's kind of like we both actually had a lot to drink and it was a lot of fun. And you kind of got to see him as this, not drunk person, like a nice tipsy
I want to see a man relaxed and tipsy. That's nice.
And it didn't feel so like...
And you know the date is lit when it's like you're just drinking and drinking.
Yeah, you're like, oh, let's do a shot.
Exactly.
You know when they're actually like going to close the bar now, you're like, no, let's find somewhere else.
Let's go somewhere else. That is a good first date when it's like, oh, they come on to, we're closing. You're like, wow, thought it was just 10 o'clock. And then you decide,
don't want it to end.
Do you go somewhere else or I always go home. Do you know why? Because somewhere else will ruin it. It will it will always ruin it. Go home on that high and just have the anticipation for the next date.
Yes.
That's what I think. But then in saying that, in terms of like not paying or whatever, if we are out for drinks, and let's say he's bought 2 rounds, I will always buy a round.
Yeah. I'll buy a round. I'll buy a round.
I think it's more dinner.
A round.
I think it's more dinner that it feels a bit more like official who's paying. But if it's like a rounds thing, I'd buy a round. And the goal is not like he likes some hard drink that costs £7.85. Like, just drink beer, mate.
Like, £2.
So that's the goal. Just have a £3.95 beer and have a £4.95 rosé, and I spent less than a tenner. That's what I mean by that.
Or I'll grab the shots.
But men of these days, they love a Hennessy and this, a whiskey and sir,
some Dom Perignon.
No, absolutely not.
The only DP I want. No, I'm joking.
Do you know what though? Like, I can't drink beer. Like, there's no way I'm drinking beer on a date because
I don't like beer.
I just can't drink it. I can't drink. I drink like a pint. And I'll get a second one, I'll get halfway into it, and literally I'll be drinking it and it won't be going down. Like, I don't know what happens, it just doesn't go anywhere. It just stays in that glass. I'll be chugging it and it just doesn't move. So I'm not having a beer on it. I'll have one as like an opening act. But I'm not going. Yeah. No, it's just like, it's a casual beer, isn't it? Like a little beer, like you said, £4 drink.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, what about the conversation? What should the conversation be like? Or about?
Go with the flow, but nothing I hate more than when a guy starts talking about sex on the first date.
Oh, cringe.
I hate it. Like,
that's embarrassing.
It's just so embarrassing, and so many men do it, and something could be going so great. They'll be like, oh yeah, because that's how you like it. It's like, well, you've ruined that now. Because instantly you're just like, barriers up, like, this is all you want, sort of thing. So I think, then literally Nick has tightened, legs crossed, barriers up, like, I want to go home now, sort of thing. So sex I don't like that on the first date.
Yeah, not on the first date. That's team too much, man. But conversation for me, I just like it when it flows. Like, I want to get to, I don't really care about all, like, what's your favourite colour and stuff. Like, I want to get into the
ultimately,
nitty.
no,
I want to get into the nitty
as well.
Like,
yeah.
I was saying,
what's the nitty gritty?
Like, I was saying on one of the episodes, if I was dating now at this age,
I'm
33 in April, I ain't got no time to waste. I'm gonna be like, bro, what's your 5-year plan?
Yeah. Do you want to get married?
But you don't have to literally be like, so what's your 5-year plan? But you can ask it in a way that doesn't seem.
But that's
as
the
like
thing with men. You say
interview.
to them, "Do you want to get married?" They think you're proposing. No, I'm just asking. I'm not saying to me, but is this something that you want in your future? And if it's not, let's stop this now, because you could be like, "No, I don't like that." Yeah.
Yeah, I even feel like at my age as well, being 27 and also being a mum, I have no time to be messing about.
Do you tell them straight away?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think it's
I wish men took that same approach.
It's just a natural, like, she's my whole life. How can I not just mention, even if I tried not to, it'd be hard. Because like, it's just a natural thing. Oh, my daughter, my dog.
My dog.
my dog.
My goddaughter.
My god dog. That is so rude, but yeah. So now being at the age that I am and being a mum, I remember going on a date, and I actually said it on the podcast. I went on a date with a guy and I was just like, what are your flaws? Like, what's something that you know that you want to work on? And when you say work on, it kind of doesn't make them scared to say it, because it makes it look like that they're actually
changing. Yeah,
I'm actually changing it. And he was like, my communication, like, I don't communicate too well. And like, what do you think if we went on a date on a Sunday and I didn't message you until a Thursday? I said, absolutely not. That's what we're not gonna do. And that was the first and last day I ever went on with him. Because I knew that I'm somebody that loves being in constant communication with somebody. Like, I would love to message you and know that you're going to reply to me within an hour, not 2 days. Like, what is that? So we had a good date on Sunday and you're not thinking about me and you can live without me. Nah, I'm all right.
See, I've got to a stage, right, where I prefer not to just chat on WhatsApp. I just can't. I don't have the mental capacity anymore to just have like conversations on WhatsApp. I'm like, either phone, which I rarely do, voice note, because I'll like, you get way more out of a voice note, or B, let's just say, what are you doing on Saturday? Let's go out and let's actually have a conversation. Like,
so we're talking about dating etiquette, because before you get to the actual initial physical day, you do all the talking bits after, right? That's the bit I don't have time for. We do not need to talk for 4 months before you ask me on a date.
God, that's so
like,
lame.
In all honesty, if you met me on a Saturday, by Wednesday, she'll be like, let's meet up.
Yeah,
do you know what that
100%.
does? That doesn't waste anybody's time. Because by the next Saturday, if we meet up and don't like each other, that's it. Party done. But we've waited 4 months.
Yeah. I half
Finally
like
met
you.
each other. That was like, oh, you're actually an idiot.
Exactly.
Because WhatsApp has the privilege of being able to give you thinking time. You can come across as witty because you can like ask your friends what to say.
Yeah.
Whereas talking on the phone or meeting face to face, you have to be yourself. There's not this facade that you can make sort of thing.
100%.
So I don't like a long process that we're talking for ages before we go on a date. Like, let's meet,
That's so
get it over
mean.
and done with. Okay, I don't like you, I do like you.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Especially not at this age. I mean, if you're 19,
Yeah.
but at this big age, like, who's got time to be talking? Like, just talking on the phone for 4 months. Like, by the time I met you, you must know everything about me. Marry me. Like, when we meet, we should just get married. Because how much talking must be, like, how much talking do you need to do to decide you want to just see me in the flesh? Like, that is wild to me.
Yeah.
Like, don't waste my time.
Do you know what's
bro.
mad? I've had situations where like a friend will come to me and be like, oh my God, I've got a perfect, it'll be like a girl, going, I've got a perfect girl mate for you. Like, you two get on so well. And I'll just be like, cool, give me a number. Then I'll message them and I'll be like, oh, Thingy told me to get in contact. She reckons, you know, make a joke of, oh, she reckons we're going to end up getting married or whatever they've said. And then be like, when can we go out? Like, I'm not going to start being like, oh, so what do you do for work? And
On WhatsApp,
like,
you know.
exactly, let's
What
just
do you
chat
do
about
for
it.
work?
But I feel like WhatsApp has made people not communicate as much
Yeah,
now.
bad.
And also, when someone gets my number, I hate when the first thing they do is WhatsApp me,
Do you think they should text you?
text me.
Who was
I
I
think
talking to
WhatsApp is too
today?
familiar. It's
Yeah.
entirely too familiar. Like
Absolutely.
your picture is on there. It says when I'm
Yeah,
on and
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like you kind of like
Yeah, you don't
can
need to
be
know my
aware
business.
of what I'm doing and sort of thing. But text me and then a quick text like, "Hey, you right? Is it okay if I give you a call?"
Yeah.
Or wait, and then we'll talk on the phone. The whole WhatsApp feels very familiar. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
like my
friend's
family
friends,
on there.
or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm sorting something that quickly. But when you're trying to chat me out,
Yeah.
just text me.
Yeah.
And that sounds
definitely.
silly, but I
No,
don't
we
know
were
why.
talking about it today earlier. There's hierarchy in communication. I'm sorry, WhatsApp is like level 1. Do you know what I mean? That's like there's texting, calling, WhatsApp, FaceTime is hella intimate. Don't
I
FaceTime
have
me.
not FaceTimed in the
Like,
longest time.
On an appointment basis.
Yeah, exactly. Even then, I never FaceTime people. Like, don't you just find it weird?
It's like I do it to my sister or something. I don't mind, but I can't remember the last time I like FaceTime a man.
yeah, like a guy that I'm talking to. But
And they
then
love to
again,
call you. Like you can't FaceTime me at 11 and expect me not to have my headscarf on. Like
exactly.
what's this?
I'm not cute at 11. I'm in
Like
bed
move,
watching-
man. Yeah, if you want to FaceTime me, peak 3 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah,
But then
yeah.
you should be working, so don't FaceTime me. Is
Yeah,
the answer.
exactly. Why have you got time to FaceTime? me
Yeah,
at 3
exactly.
o'clock
Why you not
tonight?
work?
You get me how you get me.
Yeah, no, I don't know about FaceTime. It wasn't around when I was dating, so so I don't know.
The WhatsApp thing is interesting though, because like I always go to WhatsApp to if I'm like messaging someone like in that capacity. But if it's like a work thing, like if someone's giving me their number in terms of like, oh, we should meet up and have this chat about that thing, I'll text. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like it's the more formal way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the more formal and professional way.
Yeah.
What would you do if you ever? What would you do if you ever received a date request via email?
What,
if
a
someone
date
just
request?
emailed you. No, not like a calendar.
Calendar invite.
Oh, that'd be cute. Meet me here. Are you free?
Yeah, I would actually be into
Send
it.
response now. That's so cute.
I would actually
Decline or tentative.
accept decline. Yeah. I would actually be into getting asked that by email.
Yeah, it happened to me once. It was actually so cute. But we had been dating already. But he
Did
just
you have a
thought it'd
Hotmail
be-
account?
Yeah.
It's so immature. I remember one time I got like my mentor to have a look at my CV and my email was a Hotmail account. She was like, get rid of that
Yeah.
and put a Gmail account instantly.
Gmail accounts like.
Popping, yeah.
Don't have a Hotmail account if you're looking for
I
work.
used to have. I changed recently from Yahoo to Gmail
Really?
because everyone was just like, everyone was cussing me because I never had Hotmail. I always had Yahoo. So everybody would be like, "Why don't you have Hotmail? Why the hell have you got Yahoo?" And then recently, someone was like, "Right, who still uses Yahoo?" So I quickly got a Gmail one. So I want to be popping. I want to be cool.
No, but you know what? I think it depends on the name, because like one of my best mates, his email for years was buff_daddy at hotmail.co.uk or whatever or something like that. And the second he started, like we left school, I was like, mate, you do know you need to set up a Gmail
absolutely.
now with like your actual name. You can't be like, yeah, here's my email on a CV, buff_daddy.
Exactly, no.
So I think it depends, because like everyone's like MSN name and Hotmail thing like, back in the day was like,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, I like my Hotmail.
What is it? Oh, actually, don't tell the world.
yeah, don't reveal, don't reveal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but back to dating etiquette, right? So from a guy's point of view,
Yeah.
I'll give you the guy's point of view
Go
now.
on, give us the scoop.
So the 3 dates. First date. So what I would say is, if I've asked you out, which is probably going to be the case, then we're going to go somewhere nice, with chill, like we were saying, chilled, have a conversation, or maybe somewhere a little bit left of center. So like recently I went to the Science Museum on a date.
Sick.
To like an exhibition, because I thought it's cool, you can walk around, you can chat.
Yeah.
It's not too like intimate. It's nice. We did that. So something like that, or just like a drinks thing. I'm always gonna offer to pay. Like there's no, like it'd be nice if the girl, like even if they're pretending like Tolly does,
Guys
to be like,
always say
like that's cool. Come the second date, probably drinks, maybe not drinks again, dinner. Somewhere nice, not too expensive, because again it's only a second date. But then at this point I'm thinking like, if you're gonna offer, you got to be seriously, like you can't be expecting you can't be expecting the guy to pay, because that makes the guy feel like you're just there for the ride and you're not into him, you're just there for the like him paying for you for a night out or whatever. So you should genuinely make the request. More times I'm always gonna still pay. Most guys probably will, but I think like you have to put that, oh no, like and have that, like, you know, like the mini fight over like, no, put the card down. Then it's like, no, put your card away, and then like the person will come with the card machine, and then you'll do the banter about, no, she's not paying, like give it then, or whatever. Third date, however, is different. Like if you're going somewhere, if it's not an activity date, which I believe in, so Audrey, sorry, you're wrong. It's got to be an activity, something, because you can't just keep going for dinner and drinks.
Yeah, you can.
Like, and I'm not
Like what? Miniature golf or some shit.
Yeah, like something fun, miniature, like bowling.
I couldn't think of
like,
anything worse.
Like there's so much
than
stuff.
going top golf or
We're in
bowling.
London.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, shoot me.
Do you know what someone?
Swingers, there's so many things.
No.
Someone told me the other
I
day there's a
couldn't think of
place
anything
in
worse.
Hackney where you can go like axe throwing.
I would actually
You can go axe throwing on a date. Yeah.
No.
So something like that. But at this time, I'm thinking like, right, seriously, you're gonna have to start like chipping in here, because like we're 3 dates in. Like if this is gonna keep being a thing, then I'm not paying for every date, because I just don't think
So
like.
I pay on the 4th date.
Why the 4th date?
I do the 4th date because it's like, hey, we've got this far, I kind of like you. And I do want the idea that like, oh, she is willing to like pay and things like that. But in terms of, it wouldn't even be your date. So by the 4th date, I would ask you out and I would organise it. So kind of just to be like, oh, hey, I'm into this too. I think that's what it is. It's kind of like, okay, we've done these 3 days, you've organised it, blah, blah, blah. So by the 4th date, I would sort something out and it'd be like my date sort of thing, just to be like, hey, I like you too.
So so cheap. So you would pay, or you'd expect them to split.
I would literally be like, I'm taking you out.
Yeah.
And then if he like the bill comes and he says, oh, don't be silly, I'll pay it. I'll be like, no, I'm taking you out. And then I say it once.
I mean,
And if
I'm
he
not
says,
gonna beg you.
I'm not going to beg you to, because money's not free. If you want to do it, cool, go ahead. But it would be, the whole conversation would be, I'm taking you out. I mean, the last time I did that, it was quite bad because it was a press trip and I just didn't pay for anything. But in his head, I spent so much money. So it was, it was a press event, and it was like they were launching this new thing. It was launching, was Bounce, the table tennis space. Yeah. So they were like, Bounce was opening up. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll take you on this date, whatever. So I took him, and it was like, I got free dinner, like table tennis and drinks. And I was so cheeky. I was like, oh, whoever loses buys all the shots. And I lost. I was like, yeah, I bought all the shots. And I didn't pay for a singular thing. But like till this day, he probably still thinks, oh my God, that's the best I've ever had. She's paid for all of this food, all of this. And it's quite expensive as well. So he thinks I'm great. And he kept going, let me pay. I was like, no, it was so bad. I was like, no, don't offer. So when he went to the toilet, when he came back, I was like, oh, I've paid.
Do you know how we finesse? Do you know how much we finesse?
I do want him to come back and try and pay, because I'll be screwed.
Literally, I remember I went on a double date with someone, and when the bill came up to like something mad, like 100 and something. Anyways, I was like, is it? I don't do dinner dates, so I don't even know if that's a lot. So then I was like, do you know what, guys? Because this guy was cheap as fuck, always made me pay anyways. So I was like, I'm going to write the initials down on a piece of paper, and I'm going to let the waitress come over and pick out the piece of paper. And whoever's initials it is, like, they have to pay.
Why? Why can't we just pay?
No, I absolutely put his initials down 4 times. And he paid for it. And you know who it is? He was fuming. He was like, oh, swear down, man. It's long, man. It's annoying.
But like, yeah, with double dates, I feel like do you know why I don't like double dates, right?
Can you imagine?
It's
You're
And then your man's like,
Imagine,
where's your money? Bring your money
exactly.
out, B. Or like if your friend's boyfriend is really attentive,
And then your
and
man's
like
just
you're
like
okay, babe, and your man's just like there.
on his phone.
Yeah. No, I would be like,
Yeah.
we have to wake up
Yeah,
because
that's
like a comparing like straight ahead sort of thing.
Straight. I feel
'Cause
like
it's
when you
either
go double dates, you have to go equally yoked couples.
yeah, or somebody has to pretend.
Yeah.
Like if
Or
you see her touching her, touch me. If you ask her she's okay, ask me if I'm
Hold
okay
my
because
hand.
it's just competition now, basically.
You know when you're looking at your man just eating and then your friend's man's doing the most and you're just looking at him like...
wiping the corners of her mouth.
Yeah.
Or
You're gonna finish that.
You're gonna finish that. And then he takes your plate. He starts eating from your plate.
I wasn't finished.
My wife and kids with Jay and Michael, and then the Vanessa and what's his name, Junior.
Oh yeah,
and then Junior was doing the most for Vanessa.
And Jay was just like,
Jay was about to go and get a piece of bread, and she thought that Michael was going to feed it to her, and he was like, "Oh no, girl, you don't need more bread. You need to put that shit down."
That's jokes.
Yeah,
It's just like I just find the whole dating politics just mad because it's just like every time I chat to girls, it's like completely different to like a boy's point of view.
we're not on the same page at
Oh,
all.
the other thing, not why, but like, would you ask a guy out on a date? If you saw a guy out, and you were somewhere and you thought that guy's hot, or you've had like a bit of a chat, would you initiate asking them out for a first date?
I would, but I'd have to.
Have you though? Have you?
I'd have to.
I would,
know
but
that
have
he
you?
liked me? Like I'd have to know because I
What,
wouldn't
with
just ask
four
like
months
a
of
random,
WhatsApp?
I wouldn't just ask a random guy that I'm having a good conversation with because doesn't mean he's attracted to me. I would have to get flirtatious vibes. If I did, then yeah, I probably would.
I probably would. But I mean, like when I've done it in the past, it's been that really lame. Oh, so when are you gonna take me out then?
Yeah.
But then I've definitely said, let's go out. Or like, let's say, but I'll always do it as if to say, like, I could have planned this in my head since Monday, but Friday night I'll be like, oh, what are you up to? Do you want to go for drinks? As if it's really casual.
These time to take
like, it's just, I'm free now. If you're free, let's do something. But I'm on the table, I've got my outfit, and I've been thinking about doing this since Monday morning. And Friday at like 7:30, I was like, oh, you finished work? Do you want to just meet for a drink or something? And it's like, oh, yeah, sure, you ready? I'm like, I'm dressed.
Been ready.
I know exactly what I want to wear. I'm on my way.
I'm actually looking at you.
So it's like I always do it in the sense of like, oh, it's casual.
Yeah.
It's not this thing of like Saturday the 14th.
Yeah, do you know
want
why?
to
'Cause
meet?
I feel like the blow's easier if you get
Yeah.
rejected.
Because last minute anyway,
if
it's
you ever
fine.
put too much emphasis on it, then it's like cool. It's like if you come, you come. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And when
Whereas
it's last minute, if they say no, you're like, oh, he was busy
yeah,
anyway.
exactly. It was last minute.
So the rejection doesn't feel as bad. But we are advocates for shooting your shot.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I know some people were like, no, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, why
What have you
not?
got to lose? If you're getting a vibe, absolutely.
Yeah.
But don't do it to a guy that you're getting
Don't
no
do it
vibe
to someone
with.
that you've never spoken to and they don't even,
Yeah, don't do that.
they don't even follow you on Twitter. Like, make
don't
it
do
something like, oh, you can read something here. And then it kind of like, it allows you to know if they do say no. It's like, oh, everything I was reading was wrong.
Exactly.
Let me move away from that question.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Life happens.
Move
We do it
on.
to guys all the time.
Yeah, true.
So,
I hear that. Because I feel like as a guy, there's a lot of pressure on guys to like be the one to make that, first step, like that initial, like, oh, let's go do this, or, try and set something up, or try to like get the conversation going in that way, or whatever it is.
yeah.
Because
Like-
girls like it.
I know, but guys love it as well. Like if a girl came up to me, or not came up to me, but if a girl offered to take me out for a first date, I would be like, yes.
Yeah.
Like this, I wouldn't even question it. I'd be like 100%.
Really.
So first of all, I'd be like, I rate that.
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm like, cool. That means you're interested in having a conversation. But also, it's just like it rarely happens. So you'd just be like, yeah. I'd be all over that. It's never happened though, ever.
Aw.
And I don't. No, not in a bad way. Like I just.
yeah.
Yeah, I think girls don't really
yeah.
do it, and I don't think any of my mates have ever had it as well.
Yeah, it's
not that I can
it's
think
not
of.
that common though, is
It's
it
not,
really?
yeah.
I feel like us, we just have to know, like we have to have a vibe or be drunk.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like some liquid courage.
Yeah. Are there any don'ts for dates for you guys? Like anything you don't want to, apart from like the obvious of like sex,
Yeah,
your
don't be like
ex-partner.
hella late, like and stuff like that. Don't leave me waiting. If I get there before you, oh my god, I'll be
Because as the
fuming.
girl, I think you purposely plan to be a little late so you're not the one waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
so like, don't be late.
don't take me somewhere kind of on a whim because I feel like have somewhere booked.
Yeah, do you want to say, we were going, I don't know, I just thought, I don't know.
I don't like
what
that.
Do you want, what do you want to do, sir?
I don't know. You dragged me out of my house.
Yeah, and if we're going for dinner, like I said before, assertiveness is massive for me. So if it's like we get to this restaurant and they're like, don't let me be the one to be like, table for two, please, because you're being a wimp. Like, sir, talk up. Like, be the one to be assertive and be like, table for two, please. And it's not all like, I appreciate that. Oh, what do you want? It's like, what do you want to do? And like, just be like, we're doing this. Are you happy with that?
I love that.
Oh, but what do you want to do? So be assertive and don't like play it cool. Don't act like this is the best thing to ever happen. Like, don't let me know that it's like. Don't make it feel like a sympathy date.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for coming out, man. I can't believe. Yeah, I didn't think you said yes, sir. Can you just have some courage? Like, I'm here.
But also don't do the opposite because some guys play it too cool.
Yeah.
Like, find a happy medium. So like, I want to see your personality. Like, I feel like, and I know we all do it when we go on dates. We put on a bit of a facade because no one wants to show their real self. Do you know what I mean? On a first date. But like, I feel like some guys do it too much. Like, if I can't see glimmers of like who I think you are, like once the barriers come down and you're just playing it too cool, like I don't like that. I want to have some banter. Do you know what I mean? I want to laugh and have a good time.
Yeah. Always avoid talking badly about other women around me.
Yes, 100%.
So I hate it when I'm talking to a guy and it's like, oh yeah, my ex was crazy, blah, 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 blah. Because my thing is, you made her crazy. Like, what did you do? So I'm really wary of men that talk down about women around me sort of thing as well. And also, like, I mean, there's key questions to ask the men on dates now. Like, oh, what do you think about this? Imagine a guy being like, oh, that Me Too, man. It's just you lot talking shit, you know. Like, it's just women complaining.
See
so,
you
like,
later.
it's like,
my amigo,
do you know
please.
that sort of like, like, shut up.
No.
Or like, some kind of Tory. That would also be a no for me, to be fair. Yeah. So it's those kind of like fundamentally our views. And also just how you speak about women is a big one for me.
Yeah. And also, like, if we're out and you've seen like a friend or something or somebody you know, don't stand there talking to them for 10 minutes and leave me just standing there. Like, introduce me, please. Because if somebody hasn't introduced me, I'll be like, oh, hi, by the way, my name is...
Yeah.
You didn't introduce me. I hate that.
Sometimes they don't remember the person's name, though.
But then that's why you say, this is Audrey. And then they'll be like, oh, and I am da-da-da. And then...
so many times I've just been like, babe, how are you, babe?
When I don't introduce, it's because I don't know that other person. I don't know.
Babe. Meet babe. Babe. Meet hun.
I don't introduce them. Like, if I don't remember the name of that person, I'm like, I'm just not doing it here.
See old ladies, like we go to this cafe where we record and the woman's like grown and Tolly's like, babe, I'm just going to get the, I'm going to get the full English.
Yeah, I always babe. I'm a babe. You're right, hun. You're right, babe. It's from Beat from Essex.
Oh God,
Everything's
so
like
funny.
babe. Do you know what I mean, babe? Yeah. No, I'm a definite baber.
That's hilarious.
And that's why I don't know many people. I'm really bad with names. Faces, I'm always like, we know they're from here, but names, it's so bad. And I feel so bad about it because I'm someone that's very like fussy about my name. When someone gets my name, like, I'm really offended. But I do it to people all the time. And I say it with confidence. I'd be like, Sam,
Yeah, proper.
Sam.
She'll be instructing someone with the wrong name.
Yeah, like Sam keep asking me that.
And I'm like,
why is
that's
Sam
Sally.
not answering me? And it's just like, Audrey, like, that's not his name. And I'm like,
And then you'll tell her the correct name and
she'll be like,
wrong name.
She'll be like,
I'm trying really hard, but that's my biggest flaw. Imagine a guy forget your name on
we
dates.
meet a lot of people though. Yeah, no. Yeah, I had a guy call me Aubrey for the whole day. No, I didn't because I feel like, there's a certain window. Like, and if you don't, because I thought I heard Aubrey, but I wasn't sure because he was saying it with mad confidence. So I thought I heard Aubrey, but I wasn't sure. So then I missed the window. And I mean, I didn't like him anyway, so I didn't care. But it was just really, so he was like, so oops. I was like, that's me. No, you've got to do it.
Do you know what has happened to me when I was younger? So my fake name is Melissa. It has been since I was about 14. And I remember this guy asking for my number, and I was like, I gave him the right number for some reason. I gave him the fake name. So every time I'm like, you right, Melissa? I'm like,
Melissa,
and I'm like, hi,
What if you
Melissa.
got a necklace that says Tolly?
No, I had the necklace of Melissa. I was dedicated to my fake name, like dedicated. But I remember one time I was walking in a high street. Some guy's like, Melissa. I was like, who the hell is he talking to? But I was dedicated to my fake name. I had a necklace saying Melissa on it as well. Like, I was a pathological liar. I've changed.
That is dedication, mate.
That's quality. All right, any final dating tips for people listening?
Girls, you're older.
you know what? Yeah,
We're going age order.
I say, the only thing I would say about dating, is don't be so rigid in your type.
Shut up, Audrey.
No
She's a
shades.
dickhead, right? She does this all the time.
But
Every time it's dating, she indirects me some way, somehow.
It's
Go
true.
on.
It's true. I don't think that you should be rigid in your type. I really honestly think people should be more
Why are you staring at me?
open-minded.
Move,
They should
bruv.
be more open-minded. I mean, they don't have to be 6 foot balls. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example.
Don't restrict yourself.
Yeah, don't restrict yourself because you never know what package your soulmate is going to come in. You never know. So that's the only thing I would say is open up the pool. Like what Dottie said. Open up the pool, babes. That's what I said.
Open it up.
Yeah.
We did
an age order. I don't know. I feel like just like rip the bandage. Like there's no need for like a 7-month talking period or anything like that. Like I feel like the quicker you realise if you want to be with this person, the less time is wasted.
And the less pain.
And the less pain it is. And also, just to like women and girls, stop breaking your own heart by going for men that are unavailable.
Amen.
Because I think that is the one fire way to hurt yourself. Like you know he's not good for you. You know he doesn't really want to be in something, but you're still I really like him. And in that case, you're legitly breaking your own heart. You are legitly doing this to yourself. And one more, go dressed to kill on your first date. I feel like there's this like, I don't want to,
I don't want to do
I'll
too
just
much.
go look casual. I just wear jeans and a top. No, go doing too much to the point of that. If he was going to take you somewhere shit, he'll reconsider. It was like, oh, she looks too cute to go there. So go into like.
Or next time he'll be like, she's so fire. I can't take her bowling.
I need to. Yeah, because I feel like when you look your best as well, you kind of. You feel better as well, don't you?
I'll be fuming, right, if I was going on a date and I was proper banging and someone told me we were going bowling.
Yeah.
I've got to go put those shoes on with my fire outfit. Like, I wouldn't even go. I'll sit in the bar and be cute.
Yeah.
What you guys said, and know exactly what you want. Go into something knowing what you want. If you want a relationship, then cool, be open and honest, communicate, and know that you can't change the other person. So as Tolani was saying, that if you know someone's bad for you, don't try and sit there and be like, oh, because he's got potential, or I'm holding on to hope I can change him.
Everyone's got time for potential.
No. Potential.
You're not the job centre. You don't need to
Leave potential in the past, please.
That's his problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's always holding on to potential. Yeah. And if you're going to bang on the first date, be safe. Wear a condom.
Remember Milena's story at the start of this conversation.
Exactly.